Thank you for watching this mini-series on what is antitrust. In conclusion, over 130 years of antitrust law shaped our national economy. Yet the law developed in three distinct eras. The first era ranging from about when Congress promulgated the Sherman Act of 1890 to when Robert Bork published the Antitrust Paradox of 1978, dealt with protecting competitors. Not entirely, but there was not a focus on competition, whereas Bork argued that antitrust law should focus only on economic efficiency that increases consumer welfare and protects competition, the competitive process. Antitrust law, Bork said, should not protect competitors from competition, but should protect the competitive process itself. Bork's theory of antitrust, which he asserted was the original intent of the statutes, is sometimes called the Chicago School approach. Under this approach, it's appropriate to prohibit cartels that fix prices, divide markets, and stop mergers that create monopolies, avoid practices that are exclusionary, such as vertical agreements and price discrimination, that harm consumers and lower social welfare. But the scope of antitrust is inherently limited under this approach. The Chicago School antitrust approach counseled for a laissez-faire approach to government, non-intervention in markets. This has been recently challenged by the Yale School and its so-called neo-Brandesian approach. The FTC chair Lina Khan and other self-avowed regulatory radicals have a movement in antitrust in academia and in politics in which they argue that excessively centralized power is dangerous for economic, political, and social reasons. This was initially criticized as hipster antitrust by its detractors, or called the Columbia School or neo-progressive antitrust. But now it seems to have been ensconced in the establishment. The FTC advocates that antitrust law should have a broader concern with private power, and we should focus not just on price effects, but negative effects on market competition, income inequality, consumer rights, unemployment, and even wage growth. A huge expanse of antitrust is on the way. Antitrust law is experiencing perhaps its most interesting time in 50 years. Contemporary debates about whether antitrust should promote wage growth butts up against contemporary concerns that the administrative state has overstepped its mandate. While the outcome is far from clear, one thing is certain: antitrust is more interesting and more relevant than it has been in decades. So it is worth studying its theories, purposes, and effects. And to that end, I hope this video series helped you see and understand how antitrust impacts your day-to-day life. From the news you read to the prices you pay, antitrust plays many roles in modern commerce. Thank you for tuning into this mini-series on antitrust law. I'm Professor Seth C. Orenberg, and I look forward to seeing you next time.